What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about the Day 1 patch for Modern Warfare 2, Infinity Ward's response to all the fan feedback, and some major changes. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because we're very close to 100,000 subscribers here on the main channel. Really appreciate it. Also drop a like and turn notifications on to stay up to date with everything going on in Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, Warzone Mobile, and any other future Call of Duty as well. You guys have been killing it with the support here on the channel as of the last couple of months. It really sincerely means the world to me. Very excited for the beginning of COD 2.0, and I hope you guys are as well. But bit of a fun fact for you, a level designer over at Treyarch did confirm that Treyarch did handle the camo system here in Modern Warfare 2. They designed the all-new structure for camo progression and designed the camos themselves. That is unbelievable to me. So Treyarch seems to have had more of a helping hand than I could have imagined here with this new Call of Duty, and it does suck they aren't really featured on the game case, but at least you see Treyarch's logo when you boot up the game. Makes you wonder what else they're probably working on with Modern Warfare 2. We know they're rumored to be working on the ranked mode for this game's multiplayer, but other than that, it's also a big unknown. Hopefully it doesn't take too much time away from their current development on rumored free-to-play projects, Black Ops 2024, but overall, I posted an absolutely ginormous recap and breakdown of the brand new launch blog post talking about everything you need to know regarding progression with leveling, camos, mastery unlocks, and some other bonus challenges you guys probably didn't know about. That video is huge, but I put plenty of timestamps in that video so you guys can skip around to what topics you want to hear about the most. That video is, of course, linked down below. But before we continue with the crazy Day 1 changes, let's go ahead and thank the sponsor of tonight's video. Now, tonight's video is sponsored by MWII. MWII is an amazing free-to-play shooter game available on mobile. Now, right now is a perfect time to jump into MWII since they have the world-famous soccer star Neymar Jr. coming into the game as a limited edition mech pilot, and you can get him for free just by playing. But better yet, Neymar Jr. is one of the most powerful pilots in the game. First, he massively boosts your damage from missile weapons and assault weapons, and you can see that right here on screen. On top of that though, he's the only pilot in the game with the special perk. He lets your mech sprint more often and lets the mech sprint for even longer. Neymar Jr.'s extra speed and damage do really help out in game. Now, the cool thing about Neymar is that he boosts the damage of 2 different weapon types. Other pilots only boost 1. He can increase your missile and assault DMG by 35%, which is more than any other pilot offered here in MWII. Now, once again, Neymar Jr. is the strongest pilot in the game, and you can get him for free just by playing MWII on 7 different days between October 6th and December 18th. Then he's yours. It's super easy to do, and trust me, you do not want to miss out on this one. So this month is also huge for MWII since it's finally available on PC and you can enjoy full cross-platform experiences. Those who check out MWII on PC can also enjoy high performance, benefit from a bigger screen, customize their controls, and even more. But if that's still not enough, you can install MWII on mobile and PC using my personal link or the QR code on screen to get a free starter pack worth $15. You get an amateur crate, 300 coins, and a Pulse Cannon 4 to help kickstart your game. Now, if you're quick, you can add me to your friends list with my profile that you can see right there on screen, and we can play some matches together on mobile or PC. But thank you to MWII for sponsoring tonight's video. Now back to the video. Thanks to the recent launch blog post, it was confirmed that weapon platform UI seems to have been updated to be a little clearer on where each weapon is unlocked. So we have a nice clean progression tree here, as you could see. We also got a percentage on how far in progression within the platforms that you are. This wasn't actually visible or featured in the beta version of Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, but luckily Day 1's gonna feature a much clearer version of this because I know a lot of people out there are still a bit overwhelmed and confused with how progression works, how the receivers work, how you can change weapons in the same category. I know it's still a bit messy, but things are becoming a lot more clear, and as I've said in recent videos, once you actually get your hands on with the game, things will make a lot more sense. But now when it comes to the patch notes for Day 1 that you guys probably missed because there's been so much information thrown all around the press that things are getting buried in the media, and this is one of those things that I know I missed for the first couple of hours. It says, "We have been blown away by your response to Modern Warfare 2's campaign early access that began last week, and it's been amazing to see the reception from the community and passion for our story. Firstly, we cannot say thank you enough to the fans who took the time to play our game. We had a record-breaking number of players in our beta, playing more matches than ever before. We also gathered invaluable feedback from our fans and want to take this opportunity to highlight some of the changes we've made to Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer since the beta. First off, enemy visibility. We have added diamond icons above the heads of enemies, thank God. This will make it easier for players to clearly identify opponents in the game. Additionally, we've continued to tweak lighting and contrast for improved enemy visibility." That was something massive being spoken about during the beta itself because people were seeing teammates through walls, but if an enemy was in your line of sight, you might confuse that enemy for a teammate. So that was a serious issue that thankfully has some type of solution behind it. Really happy to hear about this. But for audio, we've shortened the overall range of Footstep Footstep audio, which will allow enemy players to get closer to targets before they are able to detect footsteps. We have also continued to tweak teammate Footstep audio, which will now be quieter following feedback from the beta. The in-world activation sound effect volume range for the Dead Silence field upgrade has been drastically decreased. That was a big thing for me. I understand nerfing Dead Silence in the sense that there's an animation when you pop it. I understand that part of it, not the part where the animation itself makes noise, so it almost defeats the purpose of you popping Dead Silence because people are going to know where you're at, they're going to know where you activated your field upgrade. That was frustrating, and audio was overall pretty solid during the beta, at least in my opinion and from my experience, but there's always improvements you can make, especially when it comes to a Call of Duty multiplayer. Now for third person, following feedback from beta, aiming down sights will now stay in third person FOV for low zoom optics. Only high zoom optics beginning with the ACOG and higher, and special optics such as hybrids and thermal will revert to first person POV. I think I said FOV earlier, I meant POV, excuse me. We believe this will enhance the third person experience while keeping the gameplay balanced. The feedback on this mode has been very positive. We will continue to explore its use as a modifier. I fell in love with third person during the beta, or even at COD Next, so to speak. This mode was such a great amount of fun. It's cool seeing it come back after so many years that it wasn't featured in COD multiplayer. Hopefully it's a staple going forward for all future COD releases as well. Had a blast with it. But for weapons and UI, we have continued to tweak weapons across the game following both feedback from beta players and game data. Players can expect more specifics on weapon tuning as we continue to support post-launch. We've been working hard on numerous updates to our UI that make accessing and customizing your loadout more seamless. We've made improvements to navigation of menus and will continue to optimize our UX. And yeah, designers from Hulu were responsible for putting together the new COD 2.0 or COD HQ interface, so you can see the correlation there, but improvements definitely have to be made. I mean, when it's better to customize your weapon while in a match versus at the main menu or in a lobby, you know there's some issue there. And I have no doubt in my mind they'll end up really improving the UI, and we'll probably see the best version of it by like season 1, maybe even season 2, or maybe even sooner than that, hopefully. But luckily they are making a lot of improvements, and I'll make separate videos following up on what other nerfs and buffs we end up getting to the various weapons in the game, or what other various improvements we get to the entire interface. But for movement, slide, ledge hang, and dive have been further refined. We've also addressed some movement exploits following the beta. I don't know if that means that people's methods with trying to do traditional slide canceling will now be changed or scrapped or nerfed in a way, because yeah, you can try to play like an absolute Giga Chad that's just snorted some G Fuel. You can play like that, but I'm wondering if the original exploit for slide canceling has been completely removed from this game. People did find the way, like I said, during the beta, but I'm wondering if this part of the patch notes is referring to that. But you know, you could always get some improvements to sliding, ledge hanging, diving. I'm glad that they're really refining that to make sure it's as balanced as possibly can be for all modes and not just 6v6. Now for the matchmaking, here's the big one. We have implemented some changes that aim to reduce lobby disbandment between matches. We look forward to testing this at a large scale and getting feedback. We will continue to provide updates through launch and begin tracking all live issues on our Trello board for Modern Warfare 2, which we will share soon. On behalf of the studio and our partners, thank you for playing Modern Warfare 2. Obviously, more information is coming through different blog posts about Warzone 2, DMZ, raids, and more, so I'll keep you guys posted with that in some future videos. But with the matchmaking now, they've already committed to reducing the amount of disbanding that happens, but the question is, how much will they reduce that by? Will it be so minimal to where lobbies pretty much disband 90% of the time, but then that one match you play in a span of 5 hours doesn't disband your lobby? Maybe they'll keep it to where certain game modes disband your lobbies more than others. I think that would probably be reasonable, but we know disbanding lobbies goes hand in hand with the skill-based matchmaking algorithm, so I don't expect too much change to that. But in terms of the other big pieces of feedback from the beta, it looks like they're not going to talk much about SBMM overall, or red dots in the minimap, or Dead Silence as a field upgrade. They're probably not going to address those things going forward, but like I mentioned before, if red dots in the minimap is something you can toggle on in custom games or for competitive ranked, then I don't see why that can't be a thing for public, regular online multiplayer as well. But again, Infinity Ward is Infinity Ward. You guys are probably aware of just the attitude they have towards some things like that. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. Bit of a brief video talking about the day 1 patch and all the major changes to expect with day 1 of multiplayer. Let me know how you're feeling down below about some of the changes and Infinity Ward's response. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.